Okay, cool. I just wanted to, before we get to today's activities, I just want to recap what we did yesterday. So we spent a lot of time filling out the pre-workshop survey. I did want to show, can I share my screen just to show the another thing? But right.
Can you show the Zoom?
Yes. Might be a little bit. Actually, I'll send you the link to the thing. Then you can just pop it up there. I think you don't have to change anything. Just give me a second. What's it?
We haven't have the.
Yeah, you can keep it in the slideshow mode. Yeah, this is fine. I'll just pop up the link there. Yeah, I'm just gonna put the link over there, so it should be good enough. Okay. All right. So I asked a few different questions on the survey. So the first thing was how many people used different kinds of OS on their personal machine, and a lot of medics. Usually, like when we do this kind of, it's good to have this because like with our container, I think I've seen we had a little bit of difficulty on some Macs, but like once people got their Docker thing working, it worked for most people. Is there anyone that used a Mac here and it didn't work for them? I think you had an issue where you had to pull it first and then run it, but it didn't work with the EIC shell directly. All right. What about the people that were using WSL? Did everyone that was using WSL got EIC shell to install? Everyone? And then the last one was the Linux. I think just had like one issue and we couldn't get it to work. So the lesson was like mostly people who had like Linux over version 20, it worked for them. And we'll try to figure out how to accommodate. I think and about 60% said that they did not have. So one thing I would say is that if you're affiliated with a US institution and you plan to continue working on like EIC related stuff, I would strongly advise you to get an account at either BNL or Jefferson Lab. It does take a while for that request to process. So get started on that as soon as you can, because you have to fill out a guest registration form, and it takes about a month, maybe a little bit more. We can get people account access on Open Science Grid server, but that's for people that don't have affiliation with any US institution. So if you're outside of, I would say, the US, and you're not affiliated with any of the labs, then we can get you an account on an Open Science Grid server that you can use. So, so it's good to have access to our remote server because, like your personal machine might not always work like you wanted to. As you saw yesterday, it was a lot of effort to get a local environment working. And it's just good to have a backup in case, like you have some issues with your laptop or something. And then the last question that I asked was about what aspects of EIC software you're most interested to learn about. I don't have that chart up on here, but I'm just gonna put it in, and then later on we can look at it. But about 50% says accessing production data and analyzing the simulation output. So I'm guessing most of you that are interested in that, you're part of like a physics working group or a detector working group, and you're looking in trying to get some sort of physics result out of the simulation data. So that particular topic I'm thinking of covering tomorrow. Today I want to go over the other aspects. So there's the geometry and reconstruction software. There was a lot of interest in the reconstruction software. About like 30% people said reconstruction software, and 15% said geometry. And then there was also some interest in the event generation aspect. So we're going to try to cover the geometry and reconstruction software aspect today. And I know there's a lot of variation in what level of skills people are at. So what we'll do is we'll try to divide up people based on their level of expertise. So if you're an expert, you're going to be working on a more expert level tutorial. And if you're a beginner, you're going to be working on a more beginner level tutorial. And then you can ask questions and we go back and forth like that. I think that'll be more productive than, I don't want people to get bored, and I don't want people to feel like they're not understanding anything. All right. So just to recap, so on the Mac, usually just downloading Docker for Mac works. You launch Docker, and then you download EIC shell. If that didn't work, you just pull the Docker container directly, and then you set your custom bind tab, and that worked for the one person that didn't work for. On Ubuntu, you had to do all that just to get containers installed, and then you can just like run EIC shell. There was a couple people, I think, where it wasn't working. It was saying that it couldn't find Singularity, and we just replaced Singularity with Aptainer, and that worked. And then for WSL, there's just one extra step. You just have to install WSL first before you do the Ubuntu steps, because it's just running Ubuntu inside Windows. So we did like a short exercise. How many people were able to do this yesterday? Were you able to get to the step of like running the simulation? Can I just see a raise of hands? Okay. All right. So I think we'll start from there today. So everyone has an environment set up. So start your environment, /EIC shell, source the geometry, and then choose one of the simulation input files, and then try to run that simulation. Let's see if it works. Since everybody has their thing open, we'll just do that first. Is everyone doing?
You just copy and paste it.
Oh, yeah. All right, which part is not working?
I don't know what's like meant to happen.
All right,
When I run the last command,
right.
it says no such file.
So, okay, this one you wouldn't be able to just copy and paste.
Yeah.
You need to give a specific file name. Yeah, sorry, I didn't, because it's a long name, so it's easier to just say input file path. So in this step, you'll get a bunch of different files. Choose the one that says cfns.3.root, and then you can run it. So when you do the ls, it will show you a list of files. Choose just one. There's one that ends with hi div1.dependency3.3.root. And you put that file path here. Replace input file path with that.
I'm not getting it. Right. So I run that third line. Get all of these functions.
Do you see the ls in between?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is that, should I not do the first part?
All right. Oh, there is no gap in there. So you have a gap between DT EIC and slash. There's no gap between. There you go. Did that gap get introduced when you were copy and pasting?
Yeah.
Here. Yeah, I don't see it in my. How's it going?
What was the name that you said we should do, sorry?
Sorry.
When we.
So the file name ends with hi div1.dependency3.3.root. So just to recap what's happening at different stages. So DOS/EHE shell loads the container environment. So everything that you need is in there, Jan4, DD4 hep, root, basically the entire EIC software stack. When you source this epic.sh, it loads a particular geometry configuration for our experiment. When you do XRDFS, root, ls, it shows you a bunch of input generator files. So this is input that we feed into our simulation. So this is kind of stuff that you'll be working on. And then the last step is running npsim, which is just a wrappers script that runs Jan4 simulation using this particular geometry under the hood. And it's streaming over data from that particular file on our storage server. Yes.
Available, so we could paste the.
Yes. So if you follow the link over there, it will take.
Yeah.
So what I don't have is I don't have an exact file name.
The bureau.
But I think the first 3 lines you can just copy paste. The last line you have to do a little bit of improvisation. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't have to download the file right now. You can run the simulation just by streaming the data. So. Right.
Yeah. I need generate so.
Okay.
So
Yeah. What does it say? What was the error that you got? Oh, you have a 5x41 here. Just try plain epic crater lake.xml. Just here. Try that, see if that works. Okay. Why does? Did you source first?
Yes. I copy this, first part instead of this. I don't know it.
Yeah, I would do that first, like just to follow the instruction on there. Yep. Is anybody else having issue locating the geometry file? Nothing. You don't need the, you don't need this. It's just, saying that that should be replaced, but you need the extra layer there, like volatile, like a full path, not just the name of the file. So
Yeah,
scroll
you
up.
have to. But what it was.
Did you do the third step?
Second.
Did you need there?
Like it was.
Yes. Yeah, I do the third step over there, for the FS.
No, you said.
Yeah, do you have, but where's the output?
Doesn't really matter, you can choose one and then like whatever. From this, yeah, whatever.
So take the whole path. From volatile, to, yeah, from here, from volatile. Right? Yep. Copy that.
Gonna find out.
From down.
Tutorial.
And then, yeah, you wanna paste it there. And then delete that and thank you. Why? No, not, you want to keep the output. Do you wanna keep the output file? You only wanna delete up there. You deleted the output step as well.
I'm going to chance.
Wow. Capital left.
Been completed. Started generating events. But.
Just gonna make an announcement. Okay. Alright, so while people are still trying to run the simulation, for people who are more confident in their abilities, I want you to start following the tutorial. So if you look at the resource page, there's a link called Epic Tutorials. Follow that link, and then you'll see. Let's just give me a second. So you want to open the third tutorial from there. It's called Simulating Detectors. So this is for more expert level people. So if you're a beginner, keep doing what you've been doing. But if you're an expert, if you think you're an expert, I would like you to follow along on that tutorial, and you can ask me questions as you're going through that. Right. You can choose any of the ones that say idea1.fnc3.3.4.
Like this one.
Yeah, this one, this first one.
Do this,
Okay, okay, so you don't need the greater than and less than signs. That's just it's just a. So yeah, so what you want. Just go one by one. Yes. So all you want to change is on that.
How to sign up for every role.
There's no need.
Couldn't find it in part of the website. It's like, oh, like login for institution.
That's great. It's another slide.
There's like one unusual year or two ago, and it said, stuff for enemies. Brochure.
Um, So you want NDSIM compact file.
And it how that. So I just clicked on the thing and guessed by using the spot and stuff for it.
File up to, there you go.
So I guess they just do it automatic.
Yeah.
Update the file.
So the
First line.
I wanted to reset my instruction, not best by now.
So you wanna test that before all of
Someone that I wait, sure, but I
basically
think it was.
base, enter. Right? So we haven't got into like analyzing the output yet. Still just trying to learn how to like change your. Yeah.
And notice this there's a crater lake.
Yes, so if you feel comfortable in your ability, that's why I said people have gotten it to run.
Sorry, I should ask for
Yeah.
beginners specifically.
Even if you're a beginner, if you got it to run,
Okay.
you're, in my book, you're an expert. So
Okay.
start, so open your, things, engine, go into simulating detectors.
So,
Try to follow along, and if you have questions, you can ask, and I'll go over that. Yeah, but,
Okay.
Yeah.
I have some, I have this.
Okay.
I mean,
So as I was telling everyone, so if you open the tutorials page. Yep. One click ahead, epic tutorials. Yep. And open the third one.
This one?
Yep, simulation.
go for it.
And try to follow the steps in there. Yep. Yes. Anybody else still struggling to run the simulation? Yes.
Just getting
I think, so let's look at the error. What's the error?
You just.
Okay, so what happened is it's spotted a line. So
Just
you
the right.
go up,
I don't know, find the, that's the right way.
it's broken that into two lines. You need them in one line. So just
If you can
copy that and press substitute. So just copy from root to, no, not over there. It's just scroll up. There's a little bit.
Thank you so much for believing me.
Yeah. From root all the way to PDF.
IDs.
Yeah.
It should be continued.
Yeah, it needs to be one line. Yeah, so if you copy paste, some people have noticed that it's introducing a line break. So make sure that the whole command is one line, not two lines. Yeah.
Right. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Everyone, to run. Could be worse.
Yeah.
I guess.
Oh, can you read the
Yes.
file, this file without going to this web page? Just kind of.
Oh, you can open it in root, but I haven't gotten into like, like analyzing the contents yet. That would be like a topic for tomorrow. Yeah. For today, I just wanted people to focus on the geometry stuff, but if you wanna, browse, feel free to do that.
Thanks, okay.
Yeah. Do you have any questions here? Everybody get to run. So sorry. Do you have any questions? Okay, so Yeah, so what's happened here is,
I put three last time server.
no, so you have the input files,
Yes.
and then you need all of that in one line. So it's broken it up into two lines, I think, accidentally.
Here. Here, you're right, and then here, put three last.
Yeah, what's happened here is, oh, you chose the HepMC. I would use the HepMC tree dot root format, not the vertex one, could scroll up. I would use the second file there. Yep, that one, yeah.
Here.
Yep, input.
Was that the?
Yeah.
This, the input file.
Yeah, you wanna put input file, like just follow the convention there, input files. Input file.
You.
So what? I think that has a line break in there, that's not gonna work.
Did I just go with this?
Yeah, so that's fine, so just type in input files here after. Yeah, exactly there. Yeah, I think you're. That's right.
Fine.
You want input file there,
Yeah.
like files.
Yeah.
Like this?
Yep, input files equals to. No, sorry, it's input files and space, just a space. Yep, and then go to the end. No, you don't want it down.
No, fine, right? Yes.
Yeah. And you want a space. And then output file. Just that.
Yeah, now.
Yep.
And I know what I did.
Yep.
Put
Yep.
in output file, this. Probably.
Okay. Just dash here.
Also, it's Fred's keyboard and I.
Yeah. A double slash. Yeah, output file.
Input files, or it doesn't matter, I think it matters.
It matters, the cases matter, yeah. The file space. Yep, space,
I read the same.
and then output, yep. PDM for this. Anybody who's following the tutorial have any questions? It's the simulating geometry tutorial. Or you're able to follow the steps there.
Yep. You work.
Yeah.
I will just
Same thing.
Now.
Yeah.
Files.
Yep. Files, capital, plural.
We're doing the next one, the previous one,
You're good.
analyze the pre-construction output.
Yeah, I'm trying to build, there's a Python script
Yeah,
called track analysis. I think in the beginning it's C, but
Just saying, input file, okay.
yeah, because
What's happened here
Root's native language is C++.
is you need the,
Yeah.
you need the address.
But there's
See,
Python.
it says root gtn esd.klab.org,
Okay.
you need that first.
I think they did the same thing in Python
So,
that they're doing here, but
Here or?
yeah, right.
should have read more.
So if you don't get that, it's looking for the file locally
You can do
and not on our server.
Okay,
The file is the.
but because I did a lesson, they appear probably this.
So when you're doing ls look, it's going into our server file.
Now I was looking.
Yes,
Okay,
yeah.
Yeah. That's. I'm trying to. Yeah, you will.
Right, yep.
So. I go to.
Yep. Alright, it's saying, okay, but it still produced a file, it produced a root file.
I don't know.
Do a ls, just do a ls. Alright. C vertex geometry
Yes.
root, you'd be able to load that on JS root. So does it not show you how to do that?
Well,
If you look at the tutorial, not here, not here. So look at the tutorial. Does it show how to, oh, it's showing that, okay. Let me try to see if I can show this. All right, so a few of you are like making progress to the tutorial, and there's a thing with like visualization. So what I'll do is let's see. Let me just try and run. No, I'm already in my container. And source of detector, epic. Let's do 25.0.0. And slash this epic.sh. dd underscore web underscore display. Export dollar detector underscore path slash epic underscore greater lake XML. So you can actually visualize the geometry that we just simulated in root. All that's going on. Do you want to go to this address here? eic.github.io/epic/geoviewer. Sorry, I'm just gonna put it in the links. And you can upload your particular detector geometry file. So let's see, I would have to first copy it.
No. No, I'm trying to make some cuts. Yeah. Lots on.
wait,
So are you able to visualize the geometry? Anybody having issues visualizing the geometry?
Do I use the output root file?
Yes, so,
And then how do I
no,
get
not
that?
that. So there's are you following along the tutorial?
No, I'm doing the not expert.
Okay, but you already ran the simulation, right?
I ran.
Yeah,
I don't know.
so you don't have to open, yeah, you don't have to open that. I would then go into the geometry tutorial. So that's it. Like, once you complete running it, then you're an expert in my book. Yeah, were you able to upload it? Yep. So you go right click on default. Draw. Yeah, the right click, draw, and then, yeah, there you go. And then you can sort of choose whether you want to clip it or not. There's an option on the right. So just to show again, you'd have to upload it to the, if you click this button here, it'll point to whatever file you want to upload. I chose my detector geometry root file, opened it, and then right click here, draw, and whatever. You can actually see what's inside there. So here you see all the different subcomponents. So this is the innermost layer. So that's the vertex tracker barrels. Then you have the end caps here. And there's a bunch of different like detector components. So basically how we compose this is you have a bunch of detector, sub-detector assemblies, and then all of them are assembled together to form the world volume. And if you follow along the tutorial, what we'll do is we'll try to modify one of those tracker geometries and try to see if we can visualize that on here. Does that make sense?
How to download
Yep.
detector_geometry, that command?
Oh. If you follow the tutorial, how many people are actually following that tutorial? Sorry, I didn't, everyone here? No. If you're able to run the simulation, the next step would be to open that tutorial thing. So simulating detectors, this one here.
Yes.
Oh, so what?
So this is the part that I was talking about. So if you already were able to succeed in running the simulation, I want you to move on into trying to follow that tutorial.
No, so it'll just stay here. Yes.
But before you do anything, first I'd like to see everybody is able to like visualize the geometry that they just simulated. So do this one and then we'll go back to the beginning. Right? Any questions? Yeah. All right, so let's go here. Did you source?
Yes.
Seems like your detector path is empty. Where's the source? Oh, did you restart the session? Because it's not showing up here. So every time you restart the session, you have to source it.
Yes,
No, every time you start,
oh,
yeah, it has to be inside ESH. Oh, yeah, so it closed. You'd have to do it again. No, you can do it in that window. Yep. You just copy that. Yep. Scroll down. Yep, paste it there. And then now try to run. we go, should work. Wait, what is it saying? Detector. Oh, that's capital A. Because that variable doesn't exist, right?
I just didn't do that.
Yeah, exactly. But I get that wrong, so I just.
Oh, that's fine. I got an error too. So my thingy said like, you can't slice it. It's fine. He got it too.
Okay. I think that's not an error.
Anybody else still having trouble running the simulation? Okay, so we're not trying to display the simulation output here. We're trying to visualize the geometry that we simulated. Yep. So, yep. So when you do that, what happens? Okay, so if you do a LS. Yeah, do a LS, yeah. Right, so see this file here, detectorgeometry.root. You wanna upload it to the link that I sent in the presentation. So you go to the Indigo page. Not this one, go back. Go to the actual Indigo page, there's a live document link there. Yep, and then open that, yep. Another PDF, the link here. Yep. Go to the bottom. Yep, over there. Yep, over there. And go to that link.
I'm telling you, it's working out, but I'm.
So, but word. Yep, okay, so there. And then you wanna upload your file here. Yep. Like that, and then choose your detector geometry root file. Like, you get it? Yep. And then right click. Right click on default, default, right click, draw, and then the top option, yeah. Oh, yeah. And it will take a little bit of time. Right. Okay. So you click load. Okay. Yes. Reload. Good. Where's the detector node tools? Oh.
Oh.
I'm not sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not seen this. Let's try their. Actual server.
What do you press? Maybe different.
No, eso solo si lo tienes en local o no. Puedo, esto mismo que yo estoy abriendo aquí. Y visualizar estas posibilidades. Las partes de los detectores. Ah, mira, yo te corriste esto. Entonces pasa la dirección.
Reconnected, you're connected.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh. We'll open it.
Yeah, so on the default, right?
Okay. So did you do that part and then any part of this? How would you try it? Oh, where are you going to? I thought just wanted to visualize the geometry. Oh, so you're trying to go into the ESC directory.
And we can just detect
So
simulation.
yes, so you're following this. Yep. That's the one I want people to follow, but not the first page. I want them to visualize the geometry first.
So.
So if we go to the second page. Second page.
For the email or video?
Card.
Yeah, the card.
Visualization. That's one. So try and see if you can do that and then try to upload it. And I'll look into this. Not sure why. Or which version of browser is this? Alright,
Yeah.
CFNS primero, CFNS.
Right, right.
Yeah, that's fine. It will still create a file.
Yeah, you created a file.
Yeah, yeah. So
Okay.
you wanna upload that to that server, yeah? Does it work?
I have a history.
Yeah. And then you right click on default. And then draw.
We're just like, you try to launch the show.
Yes. No, it's fine. It's already loaded. So if you right click on default, draw. And then you click the top option there. And then it'll draw. Yep. And then if you wanna see what other components are in that visualization, you might have just closed it.
Yeah, it's not a big deal. I mean, if you start doing a lot of.
So if you look in the presentation link, I posted it online here. Yeah, you did. Look, do this on. Thanks. Oh, you're seeing the same issue that he's saying.
Yeah, I had it before, but I just closed the website. And started-
Oh, you restarted the browser? Can you try that?
Oh. Oh, the whole browser. No, it's.
Yeah.
I just started the page.
So what are you following? Oh, you don't have to do that, like, it's saying that if your file is in that folder, but, you know, your file is not in that folder, so you can, yeah. Yeah, you can just run that. So this is just saying, take me to the.
Yeah, like did I load it? No, I didn't.
Yep. Yeah. Okay.
I'm going to 545.
Alright, cool. Alright, cool. Okay.
Fine.
So if you do a ls, just do ls. It will list, you see this file here? You wanna upload that to the link that I posted on the presentation. Okay, so
I tried to.
Yep.
Load this.
reload it and then it.
But then I got this, yeah.
He also saw the same exact thing.
That was probably.
So.
I had this issue once, but now it works.
Okay.
So if you restarted the browser, so you still see it?
Yeah, I closed it, I don't know. Did I get?
Right. Which browser are you using? Or- Oh, you're using a different browser?
Yeah.
Yep.
Maybe try using a different browser.
I'll have to download it.
Can you try on your Firefox if it works?
I don't know.
Yeah, but it's not one from her.
Bet.
I have to select them, or?
No, you.
Actually, I don't think I.
Alone. Yeah, you shouldn't have to. It's like,
Okay. So I just want to see if it works on his Firefox. That will confirm the thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
everything's fine.
Thank you.
You just do.
Oh, it works. That's on Firefox. Okay.
Draw.
All right. So which version? of the
Nicholas?
do you have?
Yeah.
I don't remember, but I guess it was.
Yeah.
John Andrews,
I think it will be.
John,
Yes.
Demetrius, Marco,
No, that's
Yes,
true.
you usually send us
Marco,
pure.
Marco.
Oh, yes.
Okay. Shoot. Out for different.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Marco.
Okay.
Thank you.
Let's try another browser.
Alan,
Chrome or something.
Um.
Yes.
Let's try another browser. Do you have another browser in here? Yeah.
Twenty. Yeah.
Oh, I just exported it.
Oh, that's the email. I would install maybe like try installing Chrome or something
Gracias,
and see if it works on there.
Iris,
My first battle.
Oh, you don't know where you're gonna find it?
Yeah.
You can see it like, you have to
Okay, how many people were able to do the visualization? Everyone here, how many people are still having trouble with the visualization? 1, 2. And 3.
Compile. Did it compile?
Alright, so the first thing would be, you have to load your container.
Yeah, keep it there.
So EICL, whatever that is.
Does this.
Right. Like loaded your container environment. Second thing is what? Load the geometry.
Nah,
So that source is epic. Right? So you have to do that.
Joseph,
So that's the second step. The second step, source of detector this epic does.
I don't have
That's
something
right
on
out there.
here. I thought the container brought.
So every time you start your session, you have to, you know,
Generally in Linux, we need to activate it.
do you have?
I
I
don't,
do have a question.
tested.
So I'm not 100% sure, so I visualized it fine.
Mhm.
And then I was doing this, so I
Right.
cloned it, made this directory.
Right.
But then, when I do CMake,
Sir.
should it be, is it supposed to be in the container or do I need my own local version of it?
No, yeah, you should be able to install it yourself on home. That's what the tutorial is saying, but you have to be inside the
Okay.
container when you do that.
Be in a big, okay, maybe I was in the wrong. Ah, okay,
Yes.
good, thank you. You can just add a new directory.
Yeah.
Alright,
This page is unresponsive.
Okay, but I heard this, you make figure.
You have to just close it and open it.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got mine.
That's. It's working.
Okay. Because I can. Okay.
Right.
You can, yeah, you can.
If you're able to successfully visualize it, I would go back to the beginning of the, yeah.
This is like, Peter. Red, fun. Sorry, I called you Peter. I'm so sorry.
Yes, ese fue, whatever. Vale,
Do
verga.
you wanna
It's what
try
I'm-
using my?
it's what I'm tired of hearing.
Yeah.
I'm just clicking on it, it's not showing.
Yeah, so you have to right click I don't know what the
Peter,
right
I'm
thing
helping you
is.
like 4 times.
It's you will just think about it, there's no right thing.
That thing is.
You're gonna have Chinese. You play with your fingers, so mine.
The fancy.
Oh, there you go. Oh, I have to do this.
That's
I
fair.
do both
Double
fingers,
fingers,
both fingers.
Yeah, yeah.
To ask if you.
And then you.
Oh.
By the way, I was printed, I was able to use one container, driver for each.
Oh, that's so funny.
Thank you. Oh, my favorite. What is this? Something new?
That's true.
You should have hired you.
I think you can print your screen.
Yeah, I.
I'm sorry if I assume.
Yeah, I almost called it Peter again.
I mean, you didn't know. So
What's the money or?
that's about it.
Like, does it,
Like,
I'm not interested.
Yeah.
He's trying to have a.
Then it goes back to the center, so you don't feel.
That's fair. Wait, these are the ones that should work outside, right?
That's supposed to work inside.
Okay, maybe we should be ready today, try and then come back. Okay, thank you. We'll let you know then. There's a.
So the root comes inside our container. We don't have to separately install anything. Everything is in the container.
You can just use it from the server, right?
It's not even in the server. Like when you're using it right now, everything is packaged in our container. When you did kernel EHL, it downloaded root, gen 4, DD4, everything that you need in the container.
I had to install root in the past, and it's not easy.
Yeah, there's a lot of dependencies.
I
Right?
couldn't do it, that's why. No, for this, only to do install root. That's not on this one. Because it had Linux. Why did you say that?
The next step.
Alright. So the container environment is loaded. Just cancel that. Right?
Can I use it?
Yeah. The edit room for some reason it doesn't work. Let's see if I can.
This is gonna give you using visualize, but
Just have to get your feedback.
Since like my Linux.
Oh,
I know. I don't know why it's been working so much lately. Sorry.
So actually, let me just log in here because like it might send you the code to your email, so that might not be so fine. So I'll just log in.
What, you have like a cable machine?
Yeah.
Oh, you went? Oh, okay. Oh, okay, okay. So actually, two things happened. So the first one, so the key thing first. I was missing both the bar, the bench, and all the weights. So I was like, whatever.
Oh, this is for.
There's one. that- Tell me why. I couldn't even lift the weight.
The examples repository.
The bar.
One.
I couldn't- Yeah.
So, can I give you anything?
That's part of
just
it.
that you.
So that's part of it, but like.
It's like instead of going to this place to
So you
like
didn't
look at a
have-
root visualization,
I was 25.
you do the
And
thing
I put.
and it said you could get a GN.
So what I'm-
GN.
is, I know that it's much.
This is just a new way to visualize. I don't think this is
Then I was like,
five.
You should, in the environment, as,
The bar was broken.
Yeah.
Not
as
with my-
yes, you should load it. You can just select about it.
It's like, 'cause, but then they forget. Also fix the.
That part is also mixed up.
The rope, yeah, right. So this. But the dorm room.
Yeah, no.
Those are-
And
you will-
how would define can access the view?
I thought you were talking about the big, the normal.
To start with simulating detectors.
I did not.
They were like, then they messed up the equipment, and then they opened for my own. And then they would have been like, I told you, it's like,
So that's the
yeah,
thing.
it's like, yeah, you.
Not really. So where did you install your
So if I go, not even try like the negative ones, but.
Dude.
yeah, you can create a folder, you can create your own folder, but I'm and then that, and then it'll put it inside the ESC. But it's not necessary that you have to have a ESC folder, you can put it inside any other folder.
That's why I thought there was something.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would discard one of them, one of them,
Yeah.
one of the climbers. If I have no problem with this.
Anybody else?
I mean, it's just a touch up, but if you think about it.
I have no. Bruce has given my- Yeah, that's true, that's true, that's true, that's true.
Right, so.
Geometry in the internet. You're building on your own detector.
There's already.
Yeah, you're an expert.
Better than America.
So, yeah, and then you want to try to visualize it. That in the.
But what's the
Or if you want to add your own detector, how you do that? like why you're not aware, but
Like,
Still, right, I agree.
Yeah.
Oh, you put it down with Chrome.
My team works.
Let's see.
I can still have those.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, you lose it.
It's a ton of paper.
You the next.
Well, like you so on your Mac, so you know. I just really don't use it.
I just use it trying to be the that's part of here.
Yeah, so I use it.
a ver, sí. Bastante.
That's right. I would, what?
¿Qué te lo encontraste ya?
I can start using.
Es que yo el otro día.
Los $40 y luego
Claro.
I mean, I think this is my
Process, now you only use one word. Yeah.
like
guess so.
other machine, yeah, watch something.
Yeah, yeah. So I would associate my mind with this value. It's just. And I'm.
Creo que es una cantidad definida. What's it command for?
Yeah, you
Actually, use for.
Teníamos.
Okay.
Pasaron esto.
Yeah, so
I-
you don't
I-
necessarily need that folder.
I use this kind of device.
So you can create that folder.
When I have one, it just.
No, no, just here. So you can,
But
so
I
there's this command in
But
MP.
Estamos bien.
That will create that folder. But it's saying it'll not be this. So yes, okay, alright, so you create it manually, you just go there, and then you can run that. Yeah.
No, you
On the website.
Sí, no.
Yeah.
Me muero.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. No, time. This should be a little.
Really.
Oh, shit. No.
Oh, it's really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or.
Because I see. But the other is not focused. Yeah, I think so. I think.
I didn't.
Right.
Are you doing this?
Huh?
I was just gonna start.
No, that one's not included.
And if I can't, I'll.
Have it ginger.
Yeah, 1 hour.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, actually, I was kind of surprised when I found out that was. And it's not I didn't realize that the whole of South America.
Yeah, sorry.
Way pusher farther than to the right.
Whatever, I have to.
I had this was like.
Yeah. It's only an hour, so.
Always direct.
Yeah, fine.
US.
You see me crying, no, it was a good session. I didn't do much.
Yeah.
Always. Thank you. But no, I will see you, I'll get the dorm. That's why.
Okay.
After that, we can just go and, I feel like we should try, I feel like we should go to the one by the tracks. Try something small, like buy a soda, see if the.
Yeah. That was
Like, if, so that way we're not like too far. Yeah. Yeah, cause that way if it doesn't, it's still around. Think about it. Alright, sorry, I gotta go.
Don't worry.
Bye.
Yeah, that's very interesting. In UK, I've never.
The.
I've read to someone this before.
So there's.
But anyway, I very nice. I like things are like.
I really miss.
And then just work.
Yeah, the big
Snobs, but it's because it's much easier for me.
That's all.
Do you have a special way of preparing?
Yeah, we have, have
Like,
our own,
I start working.
and, we have similar things like in.
The Australian version.
Yeah.
Like you have different types of.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. We have, for example, we have, one coffee is called and this is quite similar to the routine, but it's different. You have ratio of milk and and
It's like milk with.
kind of.
Depending on the amount of milk that you put,
Yeah.
the different in.
Yeah, I mean,
You-
I would say it's, the big difference is just the type of coffee roast. I think coffee or roast.
I'm
Dark.
gonna be time, so.
It's not as dark.
I'm
The place is a bit mild.
Yeah, I mentioned this.
Right,
Yeah, because the darker like the more you roast it, the
Yeah,
strongest the
yeah.
flavor of coffee.
Yeah.
And so. In Germany, they don't have.
For you, what we'll try is that we'll just try to run it to take a look at the tutorial.
Only the coffee.
Yeah.
Sure.
Hours straight.
Right. Oh, they don't.
Not really, no. I mean,
It's
kind of do,
It's
not the same.
20
not
minutes.
there. The go to
Yeah,
lab.
oh, yes, I don't know, 6 hours straight.
Right.
That's a lot.
Open the hard one.
Order coffee and something.
Giving the yours
You do stuff. Friends, maybe hard.
try doing that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can see.
But I have a.
I don't know about.
Just do a job.
That sounds.
Yeah.
People
was
go to
the detector you're
here to like for
Yeah.
you know to hang out with.
Yes, yes.
You can do a
Yeah,
CP.
you're doing you also don't do it.
Yeah.
I remember I was
He's doing that-
coffee shops.
Comforting way.
But it's there is there no people who just order their coffee and right somewhere else.
Yeah, in like traditional coffee. And the option.
Okay, you have to go.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's like,
You know, it's a real.
Yeah.
They
don't
want
want
to live. I think noises. That you know.
They have the rule that.
I don't know.
And you can sit in this gym for 8
Yeah,
hours.
but you can sleep there.
If they don't want to leave, it's not like. You sit there for hours and then you say something, oh yeah, I have another coffee. Then you can feed the child. Yeah.
It should be there, like it's saying that it's not under the desktop. Where is it? Can I
And I am not. Devices is from
I'm studying here in.
where.
Yeah, I feel good. I was called perfect.
Yeah.
Why can't I just upload it directly from there?
For 3 years.
Just upload it directly from there.
Now I'm half married.
But still, I'm like,
So
Now I go to coffee shops.
look in documents. No,
I'm mainly.
they haven't changed it.
Everyone agrees that it's
Yeah.
always okay.
Yeah. So the second one.
Like I said,
And where's the EAC?
in general, I can like travel back.
What? I don't know why it's
Problem.
not there. Yeah, I'm not sure.
Your visa is about to expire.
There you go.
Now you know.
And right click
They
on equal. No, it's fine, it's already loaded.
a lot of reasons for it.
Okay.
Yep.
I stopped.
Or maybe I'm
And you, right click, so right click.
only if you are illegal. Yeah, you have some suspicious activity or something. They can revoke you.
I can start that too.
I don't think the one that she's like,
Like they are
hopefully I'll.
This one.
They don't not, they won't not.
Any other one. Oh, no, it's the first one, I think.
Like, you remember the game that we were playing yesterday? That was actually. Yeah, it was. Yes.
I think it's fine.
Okay, so telling me. Otherwise.
Right click.
I don't remember why.
Sandia and I do it as the option.
I don't know why. I just like it, and so I want. I thought. I thought it's
That's
because it comes from the way they speak.
Yeah.
Their language. So I wanted to start with but I realized that
the first part here.
as myself in the words I want to register because of that right now.
Oh, you
I
did.
speak Italian.
Feel very
I used to speak French very well, but I forgot I can still read it, but I can think it so I can get it back. French is very simple. It's not that I can do a lot sometimes, which is another thing.
There's one last thing.
Absorb. So I decided to focus on that because I was I don't say that.
French, Italian.
Hopefully.
This is normalized.
Has like.
I like the story.
Yeah, I heard it. I was just talking to you. Yeah.
So like, did you like go into the call?
Oh, the.
Yeah.
Remember, I did with.
Okay.
It's just.
English.
So you can see that.
Even cannot see.
Mine is change.
Like.
It's not symmetric.
I don't
You're buying this. Yeah, that's.
It's what I'm trying to do.
Yeah.
I think.
I was just confused on whether or not we were supposed to get this.
Oh, hard. If you get here, then you want to show it's symmetrical, not.
Yeah.
In one place away.
Sorry.
Yeah, second point.
Yeah, exactly.
I think, problems, you just meant like theoretical problems are not.
Oh, I'm still trying to figure out.
How, from the.
Yeah.
I think I managed to do that.
Lots. So, but I like it's a fish. I didn't know how confusing it was.
You have to generate.
All of it. This I had fun. All of it. 125 pages of this. All this.
Where's that? What's that? Where is that? Go ahead, we're going.
Look. I'm trying. Just remember there is a bunch of say. If you do two of them, you show all the options. I don't know. This might go back. It's because you see, there's a bunch of them.
I mean, I
Which one?
Before it was like flashing.
you can bring
Yeah, I don't know.
I have a small part.
And then.
So it's
But I okay, actually, I was curious.
Yeah,
because what does
open, that just,
so I think
that's just because.
that's base here sounds good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I see.
Sounds good.
The thing is that I have the file here, so I know where it's.
Yeah.
You should be able to solve it.
It's exactly the same. It's a even or I see, but it's organized, but it's the same thing. So that is easy for me because
This thing, that part will be very easier. 17 minutes. Some other guy. This is the sign of immunization. Because I did what. Created.
I have
Yeah.
two big bathrooms. I can have like a camera on me. So
It is doing, we're doing CV for this.
I don't mind
Till now.
hundreds of pages. I can have a cafe. So
How many containers? So start it again and just run the build process again, it should be okay. Hey, Docker is just killing it because of memory.
So I wanted to show one more thing. So you guys visualized it by uploading it to a server, right? So what I want you to try doing this. So just give me a moment here. If I can get the share back. Right. Can everyone see my screen? Right. So you just want to type inside the EIC shell container environment. You want to type Bird serve. Just that. And here you'll see that it's pointing to a link. So if you just click that, it'll take you to a browser window. I'll just Google that. And then you click on configure. Right. And there you put the path of where your detector geometry root file is. So if you ran PyroBird from the folder where your geometry root file is, you don't have to give it anything else because it takes up relative path. So you just say detector geometry.root. And then you just say display. Take a little bit of time. If you have a slow computer, it will take longer. Anybody else?
My PyroBird serve.
Yep.
It's just kind of loading. Oh, so you have to click that link. Oh, yeah. Oh. Gotcha.
Yep. And then you configure.
How you are figures one, so can
Yes.
You know, so like,
So you have to click that link.
okay, this link.
Yeah, you just copy and paste that.
Okay.
It's just that local host.
This food, you right beside the source.
So this is not going to any remote website. It's actually running locally on your computer.
How you just this
You wanna
Yeah,
click
but
that? Yeah.
it's not opening.
Oh, because did you forward your local host when you're running? You're on Mac, right? Okay, I'll have to come back and deal with that.
Okay. Yeah. What is
Yeah.
showing?
No.
Okay. So I electron beat.
Yes.
This
I know why.
It's like kind of.
I don't.
So let's go back here. Policy of the data. So close everything. Please. Alright, so before you do anything, do X host plus local host plus local host. X host. Sorry.
It's parental control. But remember,
Yeah.
no.
Controlling, so we need.
Oh, yeah. Because you must always
Oh,
check
it's saying no.
where you are. You are not set for
I don't
the
know
relevant.
source.
You must be epic in source. Now this is your main. I don't know, it's not mine.
Okay, so where's your now?
But it is not one.
Yeah, the app store.
Sorry, so. It's yours, it's not yours. You can.
Yeah, app store.
Oh, so the tweets just arrive.
Yeah, there's a general, you just gotta perturb the Lagrangian.
Like the Lagrangian, that's the age, just the from yeah, but where?
Yeah.
We're using QED.
Command not found.
Is this the canonical momentum, angular momentum tensor for QED?
Yeah, it is, yeah, otherwise,
There's another way you can, for example, I don't know the name of. Let's see. Yeah, okay.
the QED one's probably pretty soon.
So.
Don't have the copy or field sheet. Yeah, you do like normally expand and look at the first variation of the,
They don't,
yeah,
they don't count.
like you perturb each of the fields a little
Must
bit,
be, I can write your name.
and then look at the, like, derivative.
Syllables, yeah, okay. But,
They don't.
after a while, you just think it's my stuff. If you get all this from.
Like random.
Comes easy to you. I'm not fluent by any means, but I'm starting to think that I can see something pretty much. I can, yes, enough to understand what you're talking about. And it's coming automatically. So I'm
Talking about your
No.
what do you mean?
you open up Friday,
Oh, okay.
you will do this.
Okay.
Start writing.
Oh, that's. Yeah. Yeah, they do open books like this. But they
When you.
Yeah, we are.
not really. They can do it, but
You're in
it's more
Oh, you're.
I think it's more like you can see maybe like a equivalent or something. But if you look, it's just like a would consider but
Then I'm gonna, you know,
you click the page
now
like
try
this
Firebird,
start
Firebird,
here,
Okay.
but this is the first page. This is the second.
This is. First page, but you would write like.
You're actually okay. Should be fun. Because it's a different way of thinking.
Yeah. Not be the. That's the way you.
As expected from this.
No, I mean, like, it's forwarding the
It's interesting because
I just have to see.
guys that
Did the thing work for anybody with Mac?
Yes.
Did it work for you?
Which part?
The Firebird?
Oh,
Oh, no, that's talking about a different thing. Like, I was talking about that part.
no, sorry.
Yeah,
You have the same issue?
Yeah, if I try to.
okay, all right, so it seems like run into another issue. So. Yeah. So the only people that got this to work are probably Linux users. All right.
yeah.
Okay, so before,
Yeah,
what time is it? 4:19. Right. So I wanted to show how to modify the geometry. So what we'll do now is we'll choose one of the detectors. We'll just try to change the dimension and see if we can see that in our visualization. So most of you were able to like visualize it, you know, off by uploading it there. So we'll just follow that for now. And then I'll figure out how to resolve that local visualization issue. But so let's just try to follow along here. So in your container environment, let's make a. So you're gonna clone the Epic repository. Can people see my screen? That's a question. Yes, you have a syntax error. You have to check your code.
What is this kind of? Or computer.
Yeah, like you just copied and pasted it somewhere.
Yes.
Yeah, it's not gonna work easily. You have to check this syntax is correct. I'll look at that later, but. Okay. Okay, so does everyone have the repository cloned locally? Anybody have issues downloading the, good, right? So the next thing we'll do, go into the repository. Here you'll see there's lots of directories, but the two most important ones are the compact directory and the source directories. Okay. So what's in the source directory is basically parameterization of different types of detectors. So if you want to create a barrel detector that's just a cylindrical surface, you don't need to create 3 different source files, right? If your barrel dimensions are different, like say you want to create one barrel with radius 2 millimeters, one barrel with radius 4 millimeters, one barrel with radius 6 millimeters. You don't need 3 source files, you just need 1. And we'll put the parameterization into the XML files. So that's gonna go in the compact files there. So the dots, so that's the advantage of using DD4HEP, is that when you're creating your detector geometry description, you can reduce the amount of code that you need to describe the same geometry. So you don't have to like, yes, exactly, yeah. And then I'm not gonna show that yet, but I'll put some resources, like you can look at it in your uptime, like where you can add a plugin, run it, and you don't have to rebuild the whole thing. You can, DD4HEP is very modular. So, but I'm not gonna cover that now. So what I want to do now is that I want to change the dimension of one of the detectors. So let's just choose one of the simple detectors. So let's see, compact, tracking. And here you'll see there's multiple files. Let's open the, let's look at maybe the disks, because those would be easier to visualize. And go to the top of the page here. All right. So here you'll see that this XML file has like multiple, different sections, but the first section it has is a section where it just says define some constants. So these are constants that are specific to that particular disk shaped detector. So, what's the thickness of the aluminum and you give it a particular value. What's the thickness of the sensor? You give it a particular value. It would be hard to sort of see if you make a change in those, it might be hard to see that. So I'm looking for maybe an easier one, like a radius that would be very easy to see. Let's see which one we can change. Actually, why don't we change the thickness? So where you see a 0.15 millimeters, change that to like centimeters. Sorry? It's just CM. Just edit the text file, yeah. Just edit so what it says, silicon tracker end cap AL thickness, 0.15 millimeters, change that to centimeters.
What?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But what file is this?
So this is let me just go back here. So it's inside Epic compact tracking.
Okay,
And then the file name is silicon_disks.
okay.
Good. So you could get clone. Did you clone it? Yeah, you cloned Epic. So CD into Epic. Yeah, and then go to that folder. Oh, I see. It's very hard to see. CD compact. So the folder is compact, tracking, and then the file name is silicon_disks. Yeah, so you want to open the file. So do you have a text editor? Just open the silicon disks file. Yep. Silicon, and then just do autocomplete tool show. With tab, your tab. I think it's this. Yeah. It's silicon_disks. Silicon_disks.xml. DI small letters. Right. And just change one of the constants. Scroll up. No. Just change the top constant there. Change it to like 30 or something, or like change the unit like centimeters instead of millimeters. Right. Once you've made your change, you're gonna come back to the home folder and you just do that. Actually, I should have done one more thing and I forgot that. So let me just give me one more chance. Let's create a custom install directory. So this is the command. Once you've made your change, just cmake dcmake_install prefix equals to install -s current directory -b build. So that if that worked for you, then the next command is build, and then you can give it as many cores as you have. Yes, build, double slash, so let me just go back here.
Okay,
Let me just
How big is it?
type in here.
Yes.
And give it however many cores you have. If you have lots of cores, give it lots of cores. Will just take longer to build if you.
Sure. Yes.
More obvious.
So if the second command worked for you, then the next part would be cmake install build.
Is telling unknown.
That's however many cores you have. So if you give it more cores, it builds faster. So if you have like, I don't know, 8 cores on your computer, give it 8 cores. If you have 4, give it 4. If you have 2, I don't know if many people are still running with 2, but might be really slow if you give it just 1 core.
It's showing CMake error, this last one.
Did you do the first part?
I compiled it again. It compiled and now we're running.
Yeah. Yep. Double dash, sorry.
Oh,
There's 2 dashes.
Yeah, now it's working.
Sorry about the visualization.
Mine doesn't work because I close everything now, let's configure everything.
There's 2 dashes here, and there's no space in between the 2 dashes. There.
That's supposed to be an error.
Did it work?
Yeah.
All right, so now I've installed a local copy of the epic detector after I've made some change to one of the dimensions of one of the detectors. Okay. Now, how do I load this geometry instead of the one that's pre-built into a container? Because remember, when we first log into EICShell, we do source this epic, blah, 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 right? So that loads the geometry that's pre-built into our container. Here we've made some customization and we want to load our own geometry. And how do we load that? And it's pretty much this pretty simple. So you have your local install folder, and in that install folder, there's a bin folder. And in that bin folder, there's this epic.sh. If I do that, and now you can look at what your detector path looks like. It's pointing to the local clone that you just downloaded, okay? Before, I'm just gonna show it one more time. So before, what we're doing is that we load our container environment, we go to the op detector thing, epic main, and then bin/this epic.sh. In that case, if you looked at your detector path, you see that it's pointing to a location inside our container environment. When we instead do this, after we've installed our epic geometry locally, if we look at the detector path, it's pointing to our local install. So now everything else is the same. If I want to visualize the geometry, I just do dd_web_display, export, and then detector path /epic_craterlake.xml. And then it will just spit out a root file based on the geometry modification that we've just made. Now you can do the same thing, take this root file, upload it to the visualization server, and see if you see a difference. All right. So that's just showing, in a very sort of like preliminary way, like how you'd make changes to your detector geometry, if you have to make changes to your detector geometry. How we usually work, if somebody wants to add a new detector, they would look at the existing .cpp files and see if there's one of the templates matches their need, right? So if you just want to create a simple barrel detector, you'll just use one of the existing barrel detector plugins. If you have a more complicated shape, you might have to write your own CPP file, right? So go back here. Yeah, you might have to write your own CPP file. But if it's a simple detector that follows the template of one of our existing detectors, you just use that one. And then all you have to do is write an XML file. So I haven't gone too deeply into what's actually inside the XML files, but the geometry tutorial goes into it in quite depth. So let's just look at it from the beginning. So if people have been looking at the tutorial all throughout the session, you'll have an idea of this. So in the detector path, you'll see there's not just this one geometry configuration. There's, epic crater lake, epic kilometers, epic crater lake that's subscripted with energy, and you might wonder what all that means. All of those are just different variations of the detector geometry. Usually when we run our simulations, we give them the subscripted beam energy that matches the data set that we're supplying it. So remember, when we ran our simulations initially, we used an input file that was 18 by 275, the GIS 18 by 275. So we wouldn't use the non-subscripted epic crater lake file. Would give it the subscripted geometry because that changes the magnetic field that it sees, not in the central region, but in the far forward region. And I'm not going to go into details about that, but you can sort of look at all of these different detector configurations. I would say, like, take it as a homework or assignment. Like, you can load, instead of the crater lake geometry, load just the dirt geometry, see what you see, right? And then that will give you an idea of like how we actually develop our geometry through iterations.
Think.
Yeah.
Just could you please scroll up?
Yep.
What does this 10 into 275 means? 18 into 110 means?
These are beam energies. So this is the I'm blanking here. 18 GeV electron. I think 275 GeV proton.
And then this IP6 also is being,
Which one?
this epic underscore IP6.xml.
So this part here. So if you looked at our, let's see, I don't have the geometry visualization open. Oh, I do have it open. Good. Give me a moment. All right. So in the epic geometry, this is the central detector. This is the epic detector. When I say epic, this is what I mean. But those are not the only detectors that are in there. There are detectors in the beamline, in the forward and the backward direction here, like along the beamline. So these detectors in the forward are called far forward detectors. So they're detectors that are very close to the beamline, and then on the backside you have the far backward detectors. The epic IP6 geometry is just this part here. It doesn't cover the central detector geometry. So if you load that file, you'll see that you wouldn't see this central barrel here. And you can create your own configuration. And I haven't shown that how to do that. You can create your own configuration where you switch off a particular detector system. And that's also pretty simple to do. So maybe I'll just show that here. So if you look in this folder here, this configurations folder, let's just open one of these here. Let's just open the Crater Lake. So this is a YML file. And here it says which detectors have been included in this particular configuration. So you'll see we've included the beam pipe. For the tracking, we've included the vertex barrel, silicon barrel, MPGD barrel, so all of the different detectors that we have. We could create, you could create your own custom configuration. And you just have to copy it. Like you could say, I don't know, Crater Lake minus vertex barrel .yml. So in that case, I'll just go to this line. I just remove that. And now if I rebuild it, not that, let's see. Okay. So now if I rebuild it, I will have one more. That's not that. Okay, so let's the install share epic. Did I not? Oh, I should have. Yeah, missed one step. So you see here, it's created a new configuration. So you're able to like customize which detector component you want in your overall detector geometry. So if you want to turn off certain detectors, you can just disable. And that's mostly like when you're doing like, geometry development and you're not interested in a particular region. So you just turn it off and you just focus on the region that you're working on. Right. So any questions or comments? Are people getting confused? Please don't. No. It's kind of late in the day.
Do you share
Yeah.
your shell?
Yes.
But the Arian, if you.
Sì, è un'innovazione.
So I'll also put that into the presentation.
Should just change what's first change.
So so the takeaway message is like, it depends on like what you're trying to do. If you're trying to turn off certain detectors, you change the configuration file. If you're trying to change just a dimension of a detector, you just change the XML file. If you want to create a brand new detector template, you have to work on one of the existing .cpp file, create a new template, and then you go from there. And I haven't gotten like super in depth into the tutorial because I know there's a lot of different level of expertise. So I'd encourage you to going through the steps in the tutorial yourself. And if you have questions, you can just ask me and I'll be available anytime to ask. Yeah. So I was hoping to also cover the reconstruction part today, but I don't think we'll have time. Tomorrow I think I'll focus on the accessing the data and analysis side, and if you have time in the end, I'll touch a little bit on EIC recon. So I hope this was useful. Sorry, I know like we had some infrastructure issues, but that's part and parcel of this, but yeah. So that's all I have. Sorry, what?
It's how it works in real life. So this is
Yeah.
that's always problems.
Oh yeah, no, that's
This is very representative of.
yeah, this is very representative of real life, exactly. But I will try to figure out why the PyroBird thing didn't work on Mac, because that's if we have 60% of our users using Mac and the visualization, that's the official event display. So if you have a lot of Mac users, we should be able to try to make it work on Mac.
Same as the derivative.
All right.
Yeah, I think for the most part, it's less.
Just